Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus and Commissar Roach Plays Stellaris.
Good job, Ben.
Did I do it right or wrong?
Yeah, you did it right.
I don't even know. I don't know anymore.
Can you not tell if I'm sarcastic or not?
Nope. Nope.
No, that's something I need to work on.
Alrighty, let's see. Army damage, army health, army damage, army health, army damage, army health, army health. I mean, the strike craft damage is going to definitely help me. I do have a lot of, like, fleet carriers. I have numerous battle stars.
I saw that comment. Just people saying, like, Ben's just got battle stars at this point.
Yeah, they just blow up easier.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been playing Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, and those Artemises, they they blow up pretty easy.
They don't blow up good.
I've lost like 10 of them, and they're very expensive. Like my Patreon, Marshall Rommel,
yeah,
or Romulus, whatever he's calling himself these days. He's a part of the tier that gets a name. So I built a Battlestar, and it was named after him. It lasted like 5 battles. It lasted like 5 battles, and it blew up. I actually had to stop using the piecemeal, and now my strategy is I use wolf packs of battle stars.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2 or 3 in a fleet, and they like coordinate walls of fire.
And my Ultimate General Civil War series, as I have, well, I think like 16 or 17 episodes have gone up, and I've got up to I think 24 or 25 recorded. I have it recorded right up to before Chancellorsville. And I fucking hate the Battle of Chancellorsville because it's bullshit. Just the way it's set up.
I think that's what the Confederacy thought too. Chancellorsville's bullshit.
Bullshit. It's not fair. But at that point in the game, my army is 120,000 men strong. I have 3 full corps, 6
technological acquisition,
6 regiments per division, 5 divisions per corps, 3 full corps, and then a partial reserve corps. So it's 120,000 plus men. And almost all of those men are named after patrons, and some, just by happenstance, some of the patrons their units always get fucked over. Like Rez, one of the Swedish guys. It just by happenstance, for a couple battles, like he was always either on like the exposed edge of a flank,
he was the anger,
or he was at like the tip of a spear. So he was always, in harm's way. But then after he pointed out that he was like, you're really just like using me, as like a meat shield. I was like, I'm not doing it on purpose. But now I do it on purpose. I'm like,
now you do it. Now
I do it on purpose. I'm like, okay, someone's got to hold. Like this forest is key, but someone's got to stand in the open to make sure they don't flank me onto the left. Rez, over here.
Oh,
I think Ultimate General Civil War is in its state now is probably one of my favorite games.
It's definitely fun. I really want them to add in the multiplayer like they did in Gettysburg. The Gettysburg multiplayer was fun.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
And the best thing, if they could do it, would be a head-to-head campaign.
Oh, it wouldn't
be that hard to do.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the balance would be off for a lot of the historical battles and shit, but
if you're playing head to head like that, I mean, you're throwing historical shit out the window, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, that'd still be fun. That'd be great. I'd love it.
That would be pretty cool. I playing as the unit, I don't particularly like Chancellorsville because it's split up into days, and at the end of each day, it basically starts a new map and takes I spent like an hour setting up the most perfect defenses.
Complete.
Fight for like 30 minutes, and then it's like day 1 over. Everybody change places, and it switches days, and just the artillery is like I had the artillery set up in these beautiful batteries, just like guns lined up for like a mile, just all firing in unison, just beautiful. All the perfect defenses, anchored in forests and hard points and stuff like that. And then the day cycles, and it's just like, okay, everybody go back to where you were. Just stand behind that fence. Fuck this forest. And then it does that like 3 times over, and it's just like, okay, this is boring and tedious. I set up all these perfect defenses, and the game's just like, nope.
Construction complete.
Change places. All right, we're getting close to. We got 1,600 days left on my next machine world. I think it's. I don't think we're gonna have to deport anybody yet on this one. I think we had it prepped correctly. Yeah. And interestingly enough, we should still be able to breed alien pets here.
Thank God.
Exactly. It's a good thing. It's a good thing we saved them. All the assimilated races, GTFO, but the cats, they get to stay.
They're cool. They can stay. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, even Data had a cat.
Spot,
which apparently the actor who played Data hated that cat.
Really?
Yeah. No,
How come?
because well, it wasn't one cat. Because if any true Star Trek fan knows of TNG, at least, that cat changed gender, color, and breed about 7 times through the series.
Just every time they needed Spot, they're just like, did anybody bring their cat to work today?
Did anybody bring a cat to work? But yeah, apparently, what's his name?
Brent Spiner.
Yeah, Brent Spiner. He doesn't like cats, and he definitely didn't like that one because it was like I mean, one, it's the worst part of being an actor is you have to deal with animals that don't want to deal with anything.
Mm-hmm.
But also apparently the cat didn't like him that much. It was just it's all around. Nobody liked each other.
I don't like you, and you don't like me, but we both have to get through this, okay? All right, so ring section 2 is half done.
Gotta admit, though, that means he's a good actor because
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't pick up.
It doesn't pick up because that what was it? It was Generations, I think, when he finds Spot in like at the end of the crash scene.
Oh,
like,
I don't even remember.
And he cries. He's like, "Why am I crying? I feel fine. I'm so relieved." It's
Romulans. Oh, that's one of the best lines in Star Trek. Just that, Romulans.
The female throws heavy objects. What does the male do? Reads poetry.
Construction.
I have a very horrible Worf impression. It's not good.
Construction complete.
Actually, I think the best. I think
Construction.
I like the fact that Worf showed up in DS9 because it actually made him into a character.
Yeah.
Instead of just the useless security officer that he was in TNG.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a good character addition in DS9. Well, basically,
Him and Jadzia was great.
Everybody they brought back from, like giving a poor a transporter chief O'Brien a real job rather than just standing
And a firm rank as well for once.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you don't know, they're O'Brien, Chief O'Brien. He was
Chief
called
is
Chief
like-
O'Brien because he was the chief of the transporter room, not because he had a rank. Because
It was like a colloquial kind of thing. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, you're not an enlisted officer. We'll call you chief.
But no, that's the thing though. He was, because there was. If you go back and you like look at his uniform throughout the series, it goes from like having like at one point he's a lieutenant junior grade, and then he's just an ensign. Then he's a lieutenant full. Then he's like a full lieutenant. And then he's got a weird rank, and it's the hollow pip, and just that.
That doesn't really mean anything.
Which doesn't mean anything, and then it just keeps going back and forth until I think he was an ensign. I think the most. That's what it was, but everybody just called him Chief O'Brien. And then he goes to DS9 and is like, "Hey, we got $10 in the budget. Here you go. Here's a square rank pip. It looks like a." That we actually developed an enlisted officer for once, and we actually showed one, even though, as far as we know, you're the only one in Starfleet.
All right, spaceport.
Until we get to Enterprise, and then there's actual other enlisted officers, which
Yeah.
is at least one good thing they did in Enterprise. They actually developed a little bit of that.
Yeah, it makes a little bit more sense rather than just like whatever happens to be laying around.
So hey, we got a lieutenant pip here, take it. Put it on.
Oh, was it in? I think it was one of the movies when I want to say it was First Contact, where they had Riker wearing Avery Brooks's uniform because they didn't have one made up for him, and it looks like he's wearing like his daddy's.
First Contact.
It looks like he's wearing his daddy's suit.
The only ones they had time to make were Brent Spiner's and oh god, I'm good with characters. I blank on actors, and I know him too. Picard,
Patrick Stewart.
Jesus, Patrick Stewart. There we go. Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue.
Picard.
Yeah, they only had time to make those two's uniforms to fit. So all of the uniforms that they had to use from DS9 are just borrowed. Like he's not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
If you look in the background and
that one's like the worst though.
That was the worst because
he's got the sleeves rolled up.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the shoulders for it.
No.
No.
You hear that, Riker? You trout-shouldered bastard.
Trout like the trout you fished in Alaska.
I forget he's from Alaska.
Yeah, everyone does because it's such a nothing character trait. Like I think they reference it like 5 times in the whole series. It's like, this is split pea soup kept me warm in Alaskan nights in the 23rd century, which you'd think wouldn't be a problem, but apparently it is.
The only one I specifically remember is when they did the it's actually a really good episode, and it was focused on the junior officers and how they look on the crew that the show's based around. And one of them's trying to like cozy up to
Construction complete.
to Riker or something like that. And he mentioned he says like, "You're from Alaska, right?" And Riker's just like, "Yeah. What of it?" I think he says something like there's talking about grandkids or something like that, and he's like, "You're one too, right?" Like, a grandfather? No, an Alaskan. Something stupid like that. It got like really forced in. I'm not getting it perfect there, but it's really stupid.
That would have been if that was the line. That would have been perfect. Just like grandpa, no, Alaskan, because apparently that's their interchangeable.
That was the gist of the conversation, though.
No, what gets I think I remember one. What was it? It was I think it was Riker is up for a command. And I remember I think that was the only other time they referenced he was Alaska. Well, there was one, and it was they were at a space dock or something like that, and it's the episodes about him like saying goodbye to everybody because he's gonna go on he's gonna take command of a ship
that immediately gets blown up, and he's glad he didn't.
No, it didn't get blown up. It wasn't that one. It was he just didn't go. And then he shows up at the end, just like, I decided not to go with the command, sir. And he just sits back in his chair, and Picard's just like, well, gotta throw out that transfer order now.
These things don't
5 hours of paperwork.
These things don't write themselves, Riker.
But there was one. He's looking at a picture of of obviously a production kids, of like just in a like on a green screen or like on a painted backdrop with like a fake trout and just some clothes they had from costume department. Just took a picture like 5 minutes before the scene, just like, all right, we got it.
I'll do.
Yeah, and just put it in there. Yeah, it was me in Alaska. Caught a trout. When I was watching that, I was like, oh right, he's Alaskan.
You were about to say Canadian, weren't you?
Well, I mean, it's basically the same.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. Not to insult Canadians. I understand.
Some offense intended.
I mean, if I can't insult you,
then what are you there for?
What are you good for?
Oh man, we're awful.
Yeah, we are.
Oh well, I'll get over it.
I like how we both enjoy comedy that implies bureaucracy. I noticed that.
It's a fascist government.
like we both realized that Riker not taking that promotion probably was just a shit day for Picard because he's got to go to a pad. He's got to delete that shit. Then he's got to go to his commanders and he's just got to say, yeah, that That didn't go through.
pan out. He goes into the ready room, and there's like a stack 3 feet tall of iPads with just like replacement candidates application. Just slams it down onto the ground. I've been reading these for hours.
It's just everybody in the bridge just hears, "Damn it! Damn it!"
Been trying to get rid of him for 6 years.
The crazy Alaskan son of a bitch.
He walks out of the room, just wipes his brow. Man, that'll really cut down on the sexual harassment complaints. There's a line of women out there with the paperwork. He did the Riker stance on the chair. It made me uncomfortable. Oh man, that's like Picard's got the Picard the uniform tug. Riker's got the
Picard maneuver.
Yeah, Riker's got the Riker maneuver where he stands with one leg up on a chair. Like awkwardly looking at you, or he swings the chair around.
Just breathes uncomfortably at you. It's like
he swings the chair around and for absolutely no reason sits on it backwards. Oh man,
we are horrible. We're horrible.
Oh man, what was that? He hosted a really bad show after TNG. What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know Jonathan Frakes like other things that much because he's
gotta figure that out. Gotta try to figure out.
Jonathan Frakes. Let's be honest here. He doesn't.
He doesn't do anything.
Why
else.
would I? Why would I care?
There's so many actors who they made their money doing Star Trek and then never did anything ever.
The guy who played
again.
Geordi. The guy who played Geordi,
LeVar Burton, he's been doing stuff. He's been acting since he was like 16.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's the one guy. Him and Patrick Stewart.
Yeah,
they've gotten.
He's the original Toby.
Yeah, but he also did Reading Rainbow, which is what I know.
Oh yeah, we grew up at similar times, so I watched that when I was a kid.
Yeah, and then there's also Brent Spiner has tried to do things.
He's done stuff.
By God, he's trying. He's trying so hard.
He's done other things, but oftentimes it's like not super serious and a mildly slapstick role, like his role in
Independence Day.
Independence Day, yeah. As the crazy scientist,
which he got that role in the sequel. Thank God. That was sarcasm, by the way. The sequel was horrible.
Well, yeah, the sequel was garbage. But my favorite thing about the sequel was that all the actors knew it was terrible and phoned the whole thing in.
I would say, except for Brent Spiner. He was just like, I think he was just there, and he's just like, well, fuck it, I'm getting paid, I'm gonna have fun. Also the guy, I don't know the actor's name, but the the big black guy, the guy that's like the African warlord in the movie.
I don't know his name.
No, he was serious. He didn't get the joke. He didn't understand. Like he's like, why is everybody laughing? This is like I'm giving my all here.
I really enjoyed what's his face in that movie, the main actor. I can never remember his name. He's in Jurassic Park.
Main actor.
Tall guy, lanky.
Tall lanky guy. That describes
the guy.
Describes quite a few protagonists nowadays.
It's that he was the guy in Jurassic Park who's leaning on the table with his shirt open, and it's a meme. God, what is his name?
I know. Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, he phoned
our generations. Now I can't remember his name. Oh my God.
We are terrible at this.
We are horrible. Christopher Walken. Our generation's Christopher Walken. Yeah. That's what I would say.
And he phoned everything in because you could see in some scenes you could see him like start to like crack a smile while he's saying the lines, like, and all I can think of the whole time he's doing it is like he's like holding the script, like, you know, just like sitting in his place holding the script, going over his lines, like looking up at the director, like, that's the line. You want me to read it as it's? Oh, yeah.
Oh no, actually, what I'm
Okay.
thinking is everything in his head's right now is just like, well, shit, I need a new island, so
Oh man.
I'll say whatever you want.
But in all seriousness, every like happy like theater experience from my childhood has been bastardized by the current generation. So fuck it, it's all already broken. Just keep going.
Yeah. So world, if you're wondering why we're so cynical, it's because of you. It's because of you
did this to me. But like every Star Wars, Jurassic Park.
Okay, I'll say this. I think Episode 7 was all right, and I think Rogue One was actually I think Rogue One was good. I think it was good.
I think Act 1 of Rogue One is terrible. I think Act 2 is mediocre, and I think Act 3 saves it, because Act 3 of Rogue One is amazing.
See, I'm a sucker for like melancholy endings. Like that's a thing I like.
Oh
so,
yeah,
like,
me too.
So the ending of Rogue One, which I'm gonna spoil it directly here because I'm a dick.
It's been out for over a year.
Everyone dies. Like everyone you know, everyone you got to love, and everything like that. Even the robot fucking dies. Just straight death. Which is great.
I love that. Even the robot. Yeah, he's dead too.
Yeah, he's dead too. Well, because they tried to save one. They always do. Like it's either the dog or it's the one that doesn't really understand what's going on or something like that. Like in Independence Day, like you can't kill the dog. Like was it Boomer? Like was the dog's
Boomer
name? Boomer. He fucking outruns a fire cloud. Like yeah. So they always save one, but no, they kill everybody. They murder the shit out of them. And it's great.
Straight up, I think the best part of that movie, because it when I was about halfway through, I was rolling my eyes at Darth Vader, and then I was like, okay, Darth Vader's super cool in the original movies. He's a badass. He's dark. He's brooding.
That's because he doesn't do much.
Yeah. He's just there as like a silent protagonist who occasionally he does
antagonist.
Stuff. Yeah. Sorry. And then he gets completely fucked in the prequels, where he just turns into a whiny little bitch and everybody hates him. And then in this one, I think the worst thing that's ever happened in Star Wars.
Are you still just so fucking salty about the tag joke?
I am salty about this. I'm still salty about this.
It's been 2 years or a year. Or
Having
like that.
Darth Vader deliver a pun is the worst thing that Star Wars has done. But
okay,
it's
guys.
redeemed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
No.
if you don't understand why I'm groaning, it's because Ben's been on this tirade since the movie
18
came
months.
out. Every time we bring up this movie, this is what I hear.
Yep. All right, but moving past that,
one of us has to move past it.
It's redeemed at the very end when they show Darth Vader board the Rebel flagship, and it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. When there's 20 guys locked in that corridor because the door jammed, and just no mercy, just slashing through them, just killing them, like absolutely no care, just hacking through these people like they're nothing to him, using his force powers to like choke them out, throw them around, kill people, like just slaughtering this room full of people who can't do anything about it, who are just literally locked in there with him. That's Darth Vader. Like at like the peak Darth Vader, just being cold, emotionless, and brutal. I think that's redeemed.
That's the thing about Darth Vader. He's more machine than he is man. That's one of the first things we learn about him is that he's more machine than man. That's I think that's a direct quote from Ben Kenobi in the first movie. And that's like, yeah, that's how he should be played. He shouldn't be played with like a sympathy or emotion. Or if it is, it should be very sparing and done well.
And not like in the prequels, where all he does is bitch like a whiny little 14-year-old.
Yeah, I know you guys tried. I know the actors tried. I'm not blaming the actors. I'm not blaming the actors because you're just getting a paycheck. It's not your fault. Except for the person that voiced Jar Jar. It's your fault. Yeah. It's all George Lucas's fault. We all know that.
Yeah.
We're all right with that. We've come to terms.
Well,
We
actually,
realized that he didn't make the originals. Well, he was there, but other people made them. The ones that we know and love.
Mm-hmm.
Technological acquisition successful.
All right, let's see.
Well, that was a 20-minute tirade.
Yeah, it happens. Shit happens.
Well,
Man.
why do people watch this?
Well, a lot of people.
Watch
I've
this.
got a lot of comments that are like, "It's like a podcast." I just put it on in the background. It's like a podcast, and someone just dubbed in Stellaris gameplay in the background to tickle the eyeballs.
Tickle the eyeballs. All right,
Oh man,
that's one way of saying it.
that's the way I'm going. That's what I'm going with. All right, I finished the second section of my ring habitat, so we're colonizing it. It's beautiful. And
It's beautiful.
I am. Ooh, there's that fleet of 419,000 again. And those
Yeah,
ships
man,
are.
we know. I know it's there. You don't need to keep referencing it.
It's well, every time it shows
I
up in one of
always
my
know it's
systems.
there.
Should I? Part of me wants to close the borders to them. The other part of me is like,
I think that's a bad
let's not
idea.
poke the bear.
Yeah, I mean, you don't normally want to poke something bigger than you.
All right.
Saw a comment. Somebody was surprised that we're fans of Critical Role. In
Why?
your comment
Why is
section.
that?
They're like,
Why is that surprising?
They're like Ben and Roach are critters. Made my day. Like, one, don't call me that. 'Cause
It's derogatory. Only we can use that term.
only we can use that. That's our word. I actually just got through another episode last night. What was it? It was the inevitable one where they're on the ocean, which happens in every D&D campaign.
Oh
no
yeah,
matter
because,
what.
there's a third
Because
of
the GM has a
has-
GM has a monster manual with a third of the book dedicated to
aquatics and
water
animals.
monsters.
Yeah,
And the GM's just like, I'm never gonna fucking use these.
that's why if you're ever in a Dungeons and Dragons game and the GM's clearly trying to get you on a boat, blow
he's
up
got
the
a
boat.
Kraken. Yeah, he's got a Kraken ready, or he's got
Dragon
he's got
turtle.
dragon turtles, and like all that shit's ready to go.
Yep.
He's got that shit written up. It's right behind the GM screen.
It's been sitting in a folder gathering dust for 18 months because you guys keep walking past the docks.
Yeah, it's if he's got a boat, or if you need to go on a raft down a river. Because if you do that, then you're lizardmen. Just lizardmen are going to attack you. It's inevitable. You can't stop it. It's
See what I've been racking because I've been. I don't think I can do it with you guys because you're too high level, but I think I could do it with the other guys and make it seem not as forced, but the frog Kuatoa, is that it? Kuatoa, something like that.
I think so. Yeah, the frogmen.
The frogmen. I think they could be a cool subplot.
I mean, you could modify a creature. I mean, you could modify them.
Oh,
and make
yeah.
them higher CR. Like it's not that hard. Like it won't be as exact as you know.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely
creatures.
finagle it a little bit, but given the situation that you guys are in, I think it would definitely feel forced if all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's frogmen here. So I think I'll probably save that for the other group.
Literally 90% of the things you're going to have to fight, I'm going to have to make from scratch because
There isn't. You don't have anything.
isn't
to
a
work
monster
from.
manual. Actually, no. It's one of the complaints I have about Starfinder is the Alien Archive that's coming out in I think 8 days. It only has 80 creatures in it.
That's right. And to span 20. Because probably actually more than 20 levels, because there's also CR 1/8, 1/4, and 1/2 for early stuff.
Yeah. So you're talking, and also Pathfinder has CR 1/3 monsters. So I mean, you're talking. That's the thing, though, is it has 80 creatures in the Alien Archive, but then they also reference but there's also 40 or there's 20 new player races that can be chosen from with fleshed out rules. Okay, cool. But like the bestiary for Pathfinder has like 300 creatures in it, and you have 6 of those. So like, how about just like doing the conversions for us like, for a couple of those, and like just put them in a book? That'd be great. Like you already kind of did it for the goblins, which I already know. Goblins are the space goblins. Gonna be one of the. It's gonna be like zombies or skeletons in 5th edition.
Okay.
Like they're the first things you fight. They're gonna have to be.
Because that's all you have to work with.
Not right now, because I don't have stats for them.
Okay, you have nothing. You have nothing to work with.
I have nothing to work with, so I'm literally converting monsters from the bestiary.
Yeah.
Which is good.
We are out of
they
time.
have the conversions. Oh, yes, we are.
So this was me. So thank you for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, just like always. Keep an eye out in the near future. Probably sometime after this, we're going to be starting up a new series. We haven't decided what it is yet, but, just keep an eye out for it. We'll see all of you guys next time.
Bye.